Welcome to Bahamian Mathematics. In this video, we will use a protractor and a pencil to draw angles. So get your ruler, pencil, and protractor ready. First, let's remember what an angle is. We say an angle is the shape formed when two rays meet at a vertex. Here are two rays, and when they meet at the vertex, this is now an angle, stated in a certain number of degrees. But what if we wanted to draw an angle of a certain degree? Well, we would use a protractor along with a pencil and a ruler. Let's look at the protractor first to remind ourselves of the two scales that exist. On one side, you will have a 0 marking that goes all the way around in increments of 10 to 180 degrees. This is the inside scale. Also on the other side, you'll have another 0 on the outside that goes all the way around to 180. We call this the outside scale. So depending on the angle that you're drawing, you will have to know which scale to use. Also remember, the angle's vertex has to always line up on this section of the protractor. But where do we begin? Let's draw an angle of 50 degrees. Let's get our protractor ready. And now we need to use our ruler because we're going to draw the first ray of the angle with the pencil. Now sometimes you may be given a certain length to draw, and so you would use the ruler to draw that out. But in this case, we're just going to draw a ray of any given length. And so we take our pencil and we draw the first ray. Remember, the vertex is the point at which the two rays meet. So this is going to be the midpoint now of our angle, our 50-degree angle. We now put the protractor on that point, making sure it lines up with the little crosshair on the protractor. And now we locate the 0 on that ray. In this case, this is the outside scale. And we locate the 50 degrees on the protractor. And we take our pencil and place a small marking by the 50. Now we remove the protractor and we connect that marking to where the vertex is going to be. So we take our pencil, we draw the second ray. Here is our 50-degree angle now that we have drawn using our protractor, our ruler, and our pencil. Let's try another one. Draw an angle of 120 degrees. Again, we keep our protractor handy, we use our ruler, and we draw our first ray horizontally. So here's our pencil, we will draw our first ray. Now in this case, the vertex of the angle is on the right side of what is now a ray. This is important because given this direction that we have drawn it and where the vertex is, will determine the scale that we use on the protractor. So this will be the vertex of the angle. We put our protractor on it, line it up properly, making sure it is perfectly straight. And we find the scale with 0 now on this ray. We can see that's the outside scale. The inside scale over here is 180 degrees. We don't want that. We want 0 degrees. So it's the outside scale again. Now we find 120 degrees on the outside. Here it is. And we will make a small marking with our pencil by 120. We take the protractor away and now we connect that with the vertex. And we form our angle now of 120 degrees. Now let's draw an angle of 60 degrees, but we're going to draw our ray the opposite direction. So our protractor is ready, our ruler is ready. We will draw our first ray from left to right horizontally in this direction. Notice now that the position where the vertex is going to be is at the left of the ray. This is important to remember. This will become the vertex of the angle. We put our protractor on, we line it up straight, and now we look to see which scale has 0 on this ray. And I can see here's the 0. It's the inside scale now, the blue numbers, so we will use those numbers, the inside scale. We locate 60. There it is. We take our pencil and we put a little marking by 60. We take the protractor away and we connect the marking to the vertex. And now this is 60 degrees. We've formed our angle. Let's try one more. Draw an angle of 140 degrees. Using our protractor and our ruler, we're going to draw the ray from left to right. And here is our ray. Remember, this will become the vertex of the angle. We put our protractor on top, line it up straight, Find our 0. It's on the inside. And now we find 140 degrees. There it is. We place a small marking by it. We take the protractor away and we connect the two. And here is our 140 degree angle. And now it's quiz time. What size angle is being drawn? You have 5 seconds. Time's up. The answer is 130 degrees. You can see that here is the 0 marking, and I have to use that scale, the outside scale, to go all the way around, and I can see that that stops at 130 degrees. Number 2, what size angle is being drawn? Time's up. The answer is 65 degrees. Again, we locate the 0 on the ray that is horizontal. And we see that is the outside scale. And we go all the way up to where the second ray is. And that is exactly between 60 and 70. And the midway point of 60 and 70 is 65 degrees. Number 3, what size angle is being drawn? Time's up. The answer is 85 degrees. Here's the 0 marking on the ray that runs left to right. That's the inside scale, and we go all the way around and we see that that lands between 80 and 90, and the midpoint of 80 and 90 is 85 degrees. Number 4, what size angle is being drawn? Time's up. The answer is 155 degrees. Again, we locate where the 0 is on the ray that runs from left to right, or horizontal. That's the inside scale in this case, and we go all the way around to where the second ray is. That stops between 150 and 160. The midway point is 155. And last question, what size angle is being drawn? Time's up. This is an easy one. The answer is 90 degrees. We locate the 0 that is on the inside scale, and we go all the way up to the second ray, which lands at 90 degrees. Of course, we know 90-degree angle is a right angle. And now you've solved the mystery of how to draw angles using a protractor and the pencil. Fantastic.